At exactly 12 a.m. on April 1st, every person in my town received the same emergency alert. Not a warning, not a weather update, a rule. Do not go outside. No explanation followed, no authority name. Just that single line, vibrating on every phone, flickering across every TV channel, interrupting even offline devices that shouldn't have been able to receive anything at all. Most people laughed, because of course they did. It was April Fool's. That was the last normal reaction anyone had. I was awake when it happened. Couldn't sleep. The kind of restless night where silence feels crowded. When the alert hit, my TV turned on by itself, volume already set too high. A masked figure stood against a black background. No movement, no breathing, just there. Then it spoke. Tonight's prank is simple. Survive. The voice didn't sound human. Not distorted, just wrong. Like it didn't belong inside a mouth. Rule 1 has already been given. It continued. Do not go outside. Those who have are no longer participants. The screen flickered, and for a split second, I saw something behind the mask. Not a face, just darkness, like a hole cut into reality. Then the broadcast cut. I wish everyone could have followed the rules. They didn't. Because curiosity doesn't feel dangerous when it's dressed like a joke. Across the street, my neighbor Hank stepped onto his porch, laughing, phone in hand, probably recording for social media. I remember thinking how stupid it was, how predictable. He looked left, looked right, then he stopped, completely still. The kind of stillness that doesn't belong to a living person. "Hank!" I shouted from inside. He didn't respond, and then he leaned forward slightly, as if someone had whispered something directly into his ear. There was no one there. The street light above him flickered once, and Hank was gone. Not like he ran, not like he fell, just gone. No sound, no movement, no trace. Like someone had erased him between frames. My phone buzzed again. Rule 2. Do not turn off your lights. Almost instantly, the entire neighborhood lit up brighter, every house glowing, every window exposed. Panic was spreading now. You could feel it, hear it. People shouting from inside their homes, calling names that weren't being answered. I locked every door, closed every curtain. And still, it felt like something was standing just outside the walls, waiting. At 12:17 a.m., the broadcast returned. Same figure, same darkness behind it. Some of you are beginning to understand, it said. Others will learn. The screen split into dozens of smaller frames, live feeds, different houses, different people, watching. It was showing us ourselves. My stomach dropped when I saw my own living room in one of the frames. The angle wasn't from any camera I owned. It was too high, too still, like something was watching from the ceiling. Rule 3, the voice said. Do not be alone. The feeds began cutting out, one by one. Each time a screen went black, there was a sound, a soft, wet crunch, then silence. I grabbed my phone, calling anyone, friends, family, anyone still answering. No one picked up, except one. A whisper on the other end, barely human. Don't let it see you alone. The call dropped. I didn't understand at first. until I noticed the second shadow. It was faint, subtle, but it wasn't mine. It moved when I didn't, just slightly behind me, lagging, watching. The lights flickered. My heart stopped, but then I recalled Rule 2. I ran through the house, turning on everything, lamps, kitchen lights, even the bathroom. But the shadow followed, closer now, stretching, reaching. At 12:43 a.m., the final broadcast began. "Last rule," the figure said, and this time it was closer, too close, like it was standing right in front of the screen. "Do not acknowledge us." My reflection in the TV moved. I didn't. It tilted its head slowly, studying me, smiling. Behind it, in the reflection, the room wasn't empty anymore. Something was standing there, tall, thin, wrong, and it was getting closer. I don't know how long I held still. Minutes, hours. I didn't blink, didn't breathe, because I understood now. This wasn't a prank. It was a test, and we were the punchline. At 6 a.m., everything stopped. Phones went silent, screens went black. The sun rose like nothing had happened, but the town was quieter. Too quiet. Entire houses empty, cars still running in driveways, lights still on. They said it was a mass disappearance, unexplained, unprecedented. But they're wrong, because tonight is March 31st, and my TV just turned on again. The screen is black, but I can see it now, standing behind me, waiting for midnight, waiting for the rules to begin again. The first person who installed the app disappeared exactly 11 minutes later, and the only trace he left behind was a notification on his own phone that read, "Prank completed." No one took it seriously at first, because the app was trending, millions of downloads overnight, bright colors, cheerful interface, and a tagline that made it feel harmless. The ultimate April Fool experience, personalized just for you. I downloaded it at 11:48 p.m. on March 31st. It didn't ask for permissions. No contacts, no camera, nothing. It just opened. A black screen. Then a single line appeared. "We already know you." I laughed. I shouldn't have. At exactly midnight, my phone buzzed. "Your first prank is ready." Below it, instructions. Swap your roommate's alarm tone with a recording of his own voice screaming. That was weirdly specific. I had never recorded his voice screaming. But when I opened my files, there it was. Perfectly labeled, perfectly timed. I hesitated. Then curiosity won. I set the alarm. At 2:13 a.m., it went off. The scream was loud, violent, real. My roommate bolted upright, panicking, clutching his chest like something inside him had snapped. I thought he was acting, until he didn't stop gasping. The app buzzed again. "Good one." I stared at the screen, my heart racing. "This isn't funny," I muttered. Another notification appeared instantly. "It's just a prank." By morning, the app had updated. New interface. Darker. The cheerful colors were gone. Next prank. "Text your boss. I quit. You'll regret what you did." I decided not to. I closed the app, turned off my phone, tried to forget about it. At 9:32 a.m., my boss called, screaming, asking why I'd sent that message. I checked my phone. The text was there, sent from me, time-stamped 9:28 a.m. My hands were shaking now. I tried deleting the app. It didn't work. There was no uninstall option, no storage data. It wasn't even listed anymore. But it was still there, running. At 4:30 p.m., new notification came up. You're resisting. That ruins the fun. I'm not playing, I whispered. The screen flickered, then changed. A live camera feed appeared. My room, from above. I slowly looked up. There was no camera there, but the feed continued, tracking me, watching. Next prank. Hide your neighbor's house key under their car. That's harmless, I said aloud, but something felt wrong. Too simple, too clean. I did it. I wish I hadn't. That night, I heard screaming from next door. Real screaming. Panic. Fear. Something breaking. Police arrived minutes later. They found the door unlocked. No forced entry. No signs of struggle. Just an empty house. And one thing missing. The neighbor. At 11:48 p.m. on the 1st April, exactly 24 hours later from where it all started, my phone buzzed again. You're doing great. I threw it across the room. It didn't stop. Notifications kept appearing, faster now, more aggressive. Final prank unlocked. I didn't touch it, didn't even look. But somehow the screen turned on by itself. The message opened. Send this message to yourself. I'm coming home. Cold spread through my chest. I'm already home, I whispered. The app paused, like it was thinking. Then a new line appeared. Exactly. My reflection in the black screen shifted, not mirrored, delayed. Smiling. Then, something knocked on my door. Slow, precise. 3 times. My phone buzzed one last time. Your turn. I didn't move. Didn't breathe. I had a panic attack and became unconscious for hours. When I opened my eyes, I confessed to my roommate about how I had pranked him yesterday. That it wasn't me. It was this evil app. But guess what? There was no trace of that app I have been using. Maybe it fooled everyone who downloaded it. 3 students died in my classroom on April 1st, and the school insists that teacher never existed. They've shown me the attendance logs. Clean, untouched. No substitute assigned to room 214 that day. They even checked the security footage, every hallway, every entrance. No one new walked into the building that morning. But I was there. 28 of us were. It started like any other boring day. Our regular teacher was out sick, and we were expecting a substitute. That alone was enough to get people excited. Subs meant chaos. And chaos meant fun, especially on April Fools. He walked in exactly at 8:03 a.m. I remember the time because the bell had already rung and everyone was still settling. He didn't introduce himself, didn't write his name on the board, just stood there for a moment, scanning us like he was counting. Then he smiled. "Today," he said, voice calm but oddly hollow, "there will be no rules." Laughter broke out immediately. Someone clapped. A few kids started tossing paper balls across the room. It felt like every substitute day ever, until he added, "No consequences either. It's April Fools, after all." That's when things shifted. At first, it was harmless. A guy swapped someone's backpack. A girl hid another's phone. The teacher just watched, hands behind his back, smiling too wide, too long. Then someone shoved a chair. It scraped loudly across the floor, hitting another student's desk. The kid snapped back, pushing harder. The room filled with noise, laughter turning sharper, louder. Still, the teacher didn't move.
"Go on," he said softly. "You won't be punished."
Something about the way he said it. It didn't feel like permission. It felt like encouragement. Within minutes, things escalated. Books thrown, desks overturned. Someone tripped another student, and when he hit the ground, he didn't get back up right away. And the teacher? He just kept watching.
"Sir, this is getting out of hand," I said, standing up. My voice felt small in the chaos. He turned to me slowly, and for a second, just a second, I realized something was wrong with his face. Not distorted, not unnatural, just incomplete. Like my brain couldn't fully process what I was looking at. "Sit down," he said. I did. I don't know why. I just did. By the time the first bell rang for the next period, no one left. The door wouldn't open. A few students tried forcing it, but it felt like pushing against solid concrete. "There are no bells today," the teacher said, his voice now echoing slightly, like it was coming from somewhere deeper than the room. Panic started creeping in. Phones didn't work. No signal, no Wi-Fi. Even the classroom clock had stopped, frozen at 8:03 a.m. "Rule change," he announced. "You may do anything, but you cannot leave." It spread, slowly at first, then faster, like something infectious. Students turning on each other, pushing, hitting, pulling hair. The line between prank and violence, gone. "Stop it!" I shouted. "This isn't funny anymore." The teacher stepped forward for the first time. "No," he said gently. "This is exactly what it's supposed to be." He raised a hand, and the room fell silent instantly, like someone had cut the sound out of reality. "Final rule," he whispered. "The best prank wins." No one asked what that meant. We understood. Because at that exact moment, the lights went out. Total darkness swallowed the room. The kind that presses against your eyes, thick and suffocating. And in that darkness, something moved. Not just people. Something else. I heard footsteps that didn't match anyone's position. Breathing that was too close. Too many bodies shifting in spaces that couldn't hold them. Then the first scream. It was cut off too quickly, followed by another and another. When the lights flickered back on, 3 desks were empty. No blood, no signs of struggle. Just gone. The teacher stood at the front again, smiling wider than before. "Class dismissed," he said. The door opened. Just like that. We ran. No one looked back. No one spoke. The school says it never happened. No records. No missing students. No substitute. But I still sit in that classroom sometimes, after hours, when it's empty. Because every April 1st, at exactly 8:03 a.m., the clock on the wall stops. And if I'm quiet enough, I can hear him. "Today," he whispers from somewhere behind me, "there are no rules."
Thanks for sipping tonight's tale with Haunted Brew. Don't forget to subscribe and sleep tight if you still can.